Good morning, traders. I hope all is well, and welcome to Prime FX morning call. So, let's start with EURNZD daily time frame. So what we can see right now is that price action is holding this area of structure, but looking on a daily time frame, it looks like price action is now reversing to the downside. If you look here, we've rejected the 1.77 after coming down from this level here at 1.65280. We've driven up all the way to 1.75, got rejected, driven up again to 1.75900, got rejected, all the way up. Now we've driven to 1.77, got rejected. Price action looks to me like it's creating an head and shoulder pattern where we had the shoulder head, where we've broken the neckline. Okay, we've broken the neckline multiple times, but we've obviously held every single time that we tried to attempt to the downside. We've been pushed up. So right now what we can see is that price action has created a lower low, lower high, multiple lows, but obviously got rejected, so equal lows according to the way the body's closed. So we're going to be using this entire area here as an area of support. Okay, the reason why I have these boxes because it's on a smaller time frame. This is where price action is using as structure. If you see, if I zoom out, you've got your little area of resistance, you've got your area of support, then you've got price action where it started its trend, making the lows, highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. So I'm currently waiting to see a rejection before this pair actually continues back up to the upside and starts making a move to the upside. Okay, so I'm currently waiting for the rejection close above this trend line so I can look for a potential buy trade, and we can see price action make that move up to 1.75. We can see on a 4-hour price action is creating high highs, high lows, high highs, higher lows, higher high, higher low. Using the Fibonacci tool from the swing low to that swing high, we can see that now we're in the 71.6 level, and we should be making our way up to minus 27.20 and minus 61.60. That's the areas that I'm looking for targets. I am going to keep you guys up to date. If you look on a 1 hour time frame, you can see that we are very bearish on the hourly. We've had this consolidation period, broken to the downside. Are we going to get rejected is the question. Are we going to see rejections back up to the upside? So I'm keeping my eyes close to this one. Okay, looking at NZDUSD, which is another pair that I'm keeping my eyes on closely because I'm following the trend. I'm seeing lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get in the trade around this area here before pushing down to the 1.63, which is down here. Sorry, 1 second. 1.63, which is down here. Okay, that's the area I want to hit targets. I want to come back into this area of demand zone. So I'd like price action to push up into this area before making a rollover to the downside. You clearly can see the dollar index is gaining significant strength on the upside. So I'd like to see dollar index actually come back up into these highs. In fact, I'd love it if we can get a rejection from these highs, push back down so that NZDUSD can push and complete that final move to the upside. And then can we get a decline to the downside? So I'm currently watching that. GBPUSD, okay. I was waiting for a potential move back up into this area before actually shorting this, but it seems to me like price action now is holding this area of support. I'm not looking to trade pound until after the news. We have GDP for Great Britain pound today that's going to be released at 9:30 London time. We also have manufacturing production, so that's going to have a big influence on pound. So for that reason, I'm not going to be trading until after fundamentals. AUDUSD on a 4-hour time frame. I am looking for a pullback into the 38 or as much as the 618. We can see we've had this range here last week where we was making equal lows and equal highs. We've made a lower low, lower high and broke to the downside. Now we've broken to the downside. I'd like to see a pullback into the 0.68800 level. If I can get a nice pullback into that area, I'd look for a potential short. Or if we can get a push down and then a pull back up, I'll potentially buy it on the way back up so we can retrace. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping you guys right up to date with what happens with this pair, but at the moment it's exhausted after making that move down, lower low, lower high, exhausted, which is why we're going to consolidate before we get a pullback or a slight continuation, then a pullback. So keep your eyes on that. EURUSD, we are coming down to that 1.1 level. That's the area that I would be interested for a potential buy opportunity. As you can see previously, this was the area where we had demand zone. So I'd like to see price action push down into this area as the dollar index starts to increase in, start to appreciate in value. The Euro USD should start making that move lower. So I'm going to keep my eyes on throughout the week to see where we can get a long opportunity on this trade to the upside. Apart from that, guys, we've also got gold on a higher time frame. I'm waiting for a market formation before I buy this thing back up. We can clearly see now we're starting to create that morning star formation on the daily. So I'm just going to wait and see how this price action really reacts. We've broken out this range that we've had all the way around 1480 level, which was up here. 1480 is where we broke out, completely broke out. I'd like to see a retest, in fact, around this 1474, or if you can get a retest back into 1480, I'd potentially look for a short trade. But if we can close back above 1480 and close back into the range, we'd be looking for a buy all the way back up to 1520. Apart from that, guys, keep your eyes across the board on a lot of pairs. Reason why I say that is because the market is going to be very volatile this week. We have a lot of fundamentals. Look at that, a lot of fundamentals. Wednesday jam-packed. Thursday's jam-packed. Australian unemployment rates, USD core, PPI, GBP retail sales. Friday, you've got the governors speaking of Aussie, Bank of Canada. We have USD retail sales and core retail sales. So ideally, I'd like to be trading before Wednesday and Thursday and have my trades running. That's what my aim is for this week, to get in one or two positions and just let it have it running throughout the week. But looking at GU, I do believe we are going to see a rejection from this support and maybe a spike into back to 128.300 level before rolling over. So keep your eyes on that. Don't let this morning movement trick you. You have a lot of trading days. Be patient, be smart, and then execute the trade when the time is right. Anyways, I'll catch up with you later. I hope you enjoyed this morning market breakdown. Keep your eyes on, please, EURNZD, which is what we're getting rejections of right now. I am going to be potentially looking for a long trade on this very soon. Let's see how the hourly closes. If we can close back above the 618, that'd be excellent. And we could look for a potential long trade and put a stop loss just below the 1.73200. Anyways, I'll catch up with you later. Peace.